Greetings and salutations, game fans. Firecracker37 here. Last episode, we killed some biters and we started some engine production. This episode, we're going to continue on with the engine production by getting the electric engine units being produced auto-magically. There's just a couple of things we're going to want here. Go. Did that go right? My mouse pad or mouse or something is not. Yeah, see, it didn't keep. No. Just one stack of them. And there's only one additional material we're going to need that we don't already have, and that is some electric circuits. So let's pull them down off the bus. There we go. There we go. So now we should have some electric engines being produced automatically for us. And that's going to let us make these pumps here, which are really useful for all sorts of different things. Oh yeah, and the last thing we're going to need is some lubricant. And I started making pipes automatically. Let's go ahead and grab those instead of crafting them in our inventory. Why would we do that crazy nonsense? Yep, and we have to pipe every one because you can't skip them. Nope, and let's bust that. And alright, there we go. That was a little more convoluted than it needed to be, but we have engine units being produced now. And I think, is it one per pump? Yes. So I'd like to get 2 or 3 of these guys produced, and then we're going to run over, check on our oil, plop a couple of those down so that we've got them in place. We're going to be extending this bus here again, so let's throw some bricks down. Doesn't look like the trees are going to be too big of an issue for us right now. At some point, I think we're going to curve this bus just to not take up such a large footprint and maybe make it a little easier to move about. Alright, we should have at least one engine unit now. Three electric engine units. That's awesome. Well, I know we need 2 pumps, so we'll start crafting those. We'll hop in our car. And let's go to the land of oil. Just leave the car up there on the road. So it isn't doing much yet, but we are going to want 1 electric engine unit here. And we should be able to pretty easily do that. And that's just going to help drain those guys. Alright, so these power poles won't reach, but in preparation for making sure that all of these can have pumps on them. We're going to do that and that. And right now, you're the only one that needs a pump. Oh, but we do want one more pump for the lubricants, which we're starting to store up a pretty good amount of. We're going to have to do something with our light and petroleum oil so that we can make sure that these storage facilities don't fill, because when they're full, it'll just stop producing oil. We're going to be using the petroleum here really quick, though, and the second we start doing that, it will vanish and we won't have enough ever again. Petroleum's going to be one of those things that's just kind of the bane of our existence for a while. Alright, and there's a new task that needs to be done. It's about time. We're going to rip out all of our wooden poles from right here. And yeah, our whole factory is dead right now, but it doesn't really matter. There we go. We're kicking a little bit of power out this way again. Can clear out a whole bunch of these poles that weren't even doing anything. No big loss there, I guess. Alright, yeah, 4 blank tiles between the power pole and the road. Let's just put one. Oh, just trying to get my placement right because I'm anal like that. Something down south there's out of power, but we will figure that out in a moment. Yep, all of our oil processing was out, so that's back online. And we're out of large power poles, so let's just go grab some. The fewer small wooden electric poles there are, the less of them that I'm going to run into with my gosh darn car here. And the whole factory is shut down. We'll just leave the car there for now. Meh, yeah, that can go. All of that stuff can go. We need more walls. We will build them closer to where we build things. Nope, that's the wrong poles. We want these ones. There we go. That should be far enough. Let's make sure everything got power. It does not. I'm not actually surprised because we need... Probably break that and put that there. Awesome. Put that there. That there. And we're done with you, and we'll just pick that up. Oh, darn it, I do want the radar there, though. So it does look like our entire factory is powered again. And since we're playing with power, how's our production doing? Yeah, pretty good. Can't complain. Alright, well that was time consuming, but I'm glad we did it. Oh, well, we're not done. No wonder our power consumption looks so good. And then these ones. Like, what a mess. We will be much happier when all these are dealt with. All right. So we'll want one there. One there. And one there. So we've got the coal going again. We've got the copper going again. Let's get this iron and stone going again. So there's for the iron. There's for the stone. And we've got all sorts of crappy power poles in our pocket that we don't want. So goodbye. What else do we have in here that we don't really want? We don't want that. We don't need those. And I think that's all that we want to get rid of right now. Oh, well, those can go. Those don't need to be on the hot bar. I prefer those to be down below there. Those are good spots for those pipes just to live for the rest of their lives. Alright, cool. Looks good. Alright, well, I'm going to say that wasn't very important work. It's probably something I could have done between episodes instead of spending an entire episode doing. But at least it's done. There's so much less power pole litter in our base now. And we have some electric engine units being crafted. We're going to toss those ones back in there. And I'm going to take a quick look here through our menu just to try and get an idea of where we should go from here. I think the next thing we're going to want to do is our plastics, our sulfur. And once we have those done, we can start on getting towards some batteries and advanced circuits. All stuff which should be fantastically fun. Yay, electric energy accumulators. So none of this stuff up here is ever going to need to be expanded. One thing we could do is we could move these 10, or these 10 of the factories one tile over, put a second belt down, and run blue and purple science, which we're going to want to start on blue science fairly soon. So we could do the blue science all down here. And for blue science, we need red circuits, batteries, filter inserters, and steel plates. The batteries, I think, are pretty easy. They're just sulfuric acid and one of each plate. The processing units are going to be a little harder because we need plastic for those, but I have a decent build that works well for them. And the filter inserters, the filter inserters we've already made once. It's just some iron and circuits, essentially. So Blue Science coming up soon. Very, very soon. And that unlocks some of the things that I'd really like to have access to. But that's going to do it for us today. Thank you very much for checking out this episode. If you liked what you just seen, click that thumbs up button down below. It helps me out a great deal. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscription button. Give me a try. It shows you when some new content posts. But thanks again for watching. We'll see you next episode.